Hi guys, so today we'll be making a vegan BLT with a side of green beans. Okay, so in order to make the bacon, which is just going to be tempeh bacon, so you're going to need a big plate that's pretty deep, at least an inch deep, because this is where you're going to marinate your tempeh. Just a slight issue, our smaller measuring cups are in the dishwasher, so I'm going to use this really big one. It's about the size of my head. My head's really big, so that's your reference. Okay, so you're gonna start with your aminos, your liquid aminos. It's kind of like soy sauce. It's an alternative for soy sauce. We're just gonna open it because it's not working. Where the lid won't work, it won't open. So pour, just let's see how much we get in here. That's good. So I guess like a little less than half a cup of the liquid aminos. Then we're gonna be using maple syrup. This is the only one I have in my house because the other one I used because I made actually this tempeh bacon a few days ago. So we're out of maple syrup except for this one, and blueberry flavored. So we have the sample size. The reason you use maple syrup is this is a sugar alternative, as well as like a honey alternative because honey isn't vegan. So most of the time they'll use maple syrup, which is vegan because it just comes from trees. And then depending on how sweet you want it is how much you're gonna put in. I'm making a lot of tempeh, or I guess like at least half of this thing of tempeh. So we'll see when we get there.
Okay, but like I know it looks really bad. But we have no idea how much is going in.
Okay, so good thing this measuring cup is doing nothing for me, but you're just gonna put a lot of maple syrup in there. I didn't put the whole bottle, but I put most of the bottle in there. Okay, so now we're gonna use I just bought this today, liquid smoke. If you don't have this at home or you don't feel like buying it and you have all the other ingredients, or it's $2, I would just buy it. But if you don't feel like buying it, you could also use smoked paprika as an alternative. So depending on how smoky you want it, that's how much you put in it. I didn't put that much because I don't like smoky flavor that much. It's just y'all, I would like to say that I later found out that the amount of liquid smoke you're supposed to use is like a teaspoon, and I literally poured 5 teaspoons in there. So cute. Now I'm just gonna mix it all together. Next thing, we're gonna set that aside and we are gonna start cutting our tempeh. If you don't know what tempeh is, Google it, because I don't like explaining it because it grosses me out. It's fermented soybean. Did I get? Why would I have it? Tempeh. Woo. Okay, I feel like this is self-explanatory, but I'm gonna cut this into pieces. I will show you when it's finished being cut. I like to cut off. I don't like eating the sides. I don't know why. It freaks me out very much. It freaks me out very much. Freaks me out a lot. So I just throw away that part. So this is what the cut tempeh. Ew! Don't look at my hands. This is what the cut tempeh looks like. It's like, she's not that thick. She's not that special. So this is the mixture we made. So we're just gonna pour that over to marinate the tempeh. Oh, yes. Yeah, woo. Okay, so now that we have the tempeh marinating, we're gonna let that sit for about, I like to let it sit for 7 to 10 minutes and then flip it over so the other side kind of gets, marinated. It kind of gets wet. It's time to preheat our oven. We're gonna preheat the oven to 350, just a safe temperature. I feel like this is, you know how to do this. You can watch me do it. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, it's already at 350. Start. Next step is to cook your bean patty. I'm just gonna use one of these Dr. Prager patties, just because it would be a lot of steps for me to show you how to make a bean burger. Comment below if you want to learn how to make a bean burger, and I can do a recipe on that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna put this. Okay, so I like to just cook it on medium heat. Make sure to grease your pan, put it on there, and it should be good. Just kind of watch it. It'll start to like sizzle a little bit, and that's when you flip it. I'm just gonna use a knife to do this. Get your pan ready for the tempeh to put it in the oven. Just spray it and just spray your pan. Make sure it's a deeper pan, that way none of the marinade gets off or like falls off onto the bottom of your oven. Now make sure to put your tempeh on your pan. 2 brain cells. 2. Make sure to put your tempeh on your pan. Where else would you put it? And I like to add just a little bit extra of the sauce, just to make sure it really cooks in there and you get that bacon-esque flavor. Okay, so I just cut the stems off of these green beans and I'm gonna start cooking them now. So just get your pan ready. So just take some olive oil and put a little bit on your pan. Perfect. Turn on your stove to medium low, and then you can go ahead and put your green beans in the pan. Okay, now I'm just gonna crack some pepper and put a little bit of salt on there. Just use some tongs to move that around, just so it's easy to flip. Time to take a look at the tempeh, see how it's doing. It's pretty good in there. We're gonna flip it in a little bit. Once it gets a little bit crispy on the top side, that's when we're gonna flip it so the other side gets the same and they get evenly cooked. Pull it out a little bit. Okay, so they look a little more dry. I'm just gonna flip it like this. Oh, just kidding, I dropped it. Now we're gonna start toasting the bread. So today I'm gonna be using this avocado oil plant-based butter. This is by Pure Blends. I think it's pretty dang good. Tastes like butter. We're gonna get a little bit of that butter. 2 shots of vodka. And we're gonna put it in your pan. Put your pan to medium low, something like that. Let that butter melt. So I'll be using Dave's Killer Bread. I like the good seed one. Just pick whatever bread you like that's vegan. Throw those 2 little slices of duties. Throw 2 little slices on the pan. This is her cooking up, getting warm, getting toasty. Look at her. Yep. Guess what time it is? Time to pull the tempeh out of the oven. Yan yan. Next step is basically plating everything, and we just have to cut some tomato. Just one piece of tomato. Okay, time to plate everything. Okay, so we have the bread here. Now I'm gonna put the patty right on top of that. Ew, my hand is so ugly. Okay. After you put the patty, time for the tomato. Then right after that, we're gonna put the lettuce, but I'm gonna actually use arugula because I didn't feel like buying lettuce, and arugula tastes good, and I think it tastes better on the sandwich because it gives it a little more flavor. Arugula, it's up to you. Some people don't like arugula, so you could use like, I feel like butter lettuce might be good in here. Just a personal opinion. Butter lettuce is good. Let me spend an hour fixing these pieces of arugula. Just move my tempeh here so I can put it on. I'm actually going to only use 2 pieces and cut them in half. And just place them on top. I'm kind of just going to lay a sheet of the tempeh. We're going to lay the last piece on. We already put the green beans, so now it's just time to present it.